Welcome to the Real California Milk Snackcelerator, powered by Venture Fuel. This program taps into the $605 billion global snack food market while combining two of California's great natural resources: high-quality, sustainable dairy products and the insatiable California entrepreneurial spirit. The competition aims to inspire innovation and investment in dairy-based snack products. Venture Fuel is the leading corporate innovation consultancy, identifying and recruiting applicants from their global innovation network of investors, founders, and academics. We saw a 153% increase in qualified applications from our first program with CMAB, which is a testament to the momentum we have been building together, as well as the opportunity in marrying snacking innovation with dairy. We saw applications from Ghana to Oakland that included personalized nutrition, functional foods, as well as unique flavor profiles inspired by cultures around the world.
The purpose of this competition is to inspire new product ideas integrating the natural characteristics and nutritional profile of California milk. And this year's entries certainly delivered. In fact, when the judging committee evaluated the applications, we saw so many unique opportunities, it was clear that we needed to find a way to expand the program further.
Each received a stipend and extensive group resources to help accelerate their business, including private mentor sessions with the who's who of the dairy and snacking industries.
And now they meet the judges in a gauntlet of industry experts to determine who is the best of the best. And of course, their toughest competition will be each other. Welcome to the Real California Milk Snackcelerator.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Real California Milk Snackcelerator. On behalf of everybody at the California Milk Advisory Board and my team at Venture Fuel, we'd like to welcome you and are so excited that you've joined us. We're honored to help introduce new product innovation that can create more jobs, more opportunities, and more demand for California dairy. Let me first tell you a little bit about the competition. This is our second product innovation competition with CMAB, and we saw a 153% increase in the applications, and they came literally from all around the world, from Ghana to Oakland. It's a testament to the excitement around dairy, the excitement around snacking, and the spirit of California innovation. These 4 companies that you will see, as well as the 12 other semifinalists, have been mentored by some of the brightest executives and strategists across industry. So thank you to all of our mentors from Diageo, from Nestle, Food Network Magazine, Conagra, Hershey's, and so many other companies. Each of these semifinalists received a stipend to perfect their products, and you'll see that tonight. They've created commercials, they've tweaked their pitches, they've reworked logos, perfected their packaging, they've worked on their formulas and positioning, and all this is to compete for the first place prize of $200,000 and the second place prize of $100,000, which will be awarded at the finals next Thursday. I will say, if they've made it this far with all the competition, in many ways they've already won. So first, let's take a look at the requirements for being a part of this competition. You will see a wider range of companies throughout the whole competition, or even just in this semifinal, from yogurt to ice cream to crisps. To be eligible, companies needed to be a dairy snack. They needed to have 50% of their product be made from dairy. And they committed, if they won, to committed to using 100% Real California dairy if they win. So before we kick this off, I'd like to introduce you to the CEO of CMAB, Mr. John Talbot. John, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Fred, and hello, everyone. It's great to be here. On behalf of the California Milk Advisory Board and our 1,200 dairy farm families, I'd like to welcome you all. We're extremely excited about this Snackcelerator contest and the tremendous interest that we've seen, 76 entries in total. You know, snacking is certainly on the rise, with 95% of adults snacking at least once a day. And dairy and snacking are perfect partners, with many snacks benefiting from the tastes, textures, and nutritional value that dairy provides. My sincere thanks to all the participants and the judges. Best of luck.
Thanks so much, John. So how are we going to determine who's going to win this $200,000 grand prize? Well, luckily, I don't need to do that. It would be too hard a job for me. We've brought in an amazing group of judges, experts across dairy, snacking, investing. So we're thrilled to have them, and let me introduce them to you. First, we'll start with Roger Arashiga. He is Director of Dairy, Deli, and Frozen Foods for Bristol Farms, one of the premier upscale grocery store chains in California, which for any of you who haven't been, I've read some reviews on it, is described as a shopper's dream. It's not a bad description. So Roger decides what dairy and frozen foods actually end up on the shelf. So he's perfect for this. Roger, thank you for joining us. Stephen Crozier is the Associate Manager of R&D Partnerships at the Hershey's Company. He received his PhD in physiology from Penn State College of Medicine and did postdoctoral research focused on nutritional physiology at the University of Michigan. Stephen has previously held roles within the Hershey Company focused on clinical research, technology scouting, and product innovation. This is my favorite part of his bio. He is a huge fan of dairy and consumes a minimum of 1 gallon of milk per week, plus ice cream, cheese, whey protein, and yogurt. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Next is Shauna Day. Shauna is a partner and investor in Better Food Ventures, which invests in early stage companies that are leveraging information and communications technology to transform and strengthen the food and agriculture sectors. Shauna leads the firm's ag tech sector thesis. Shauna, it's so great to have you.
Great to be here.
And last but not least, Jim DeMateris is the Director of Processor Development for the California Milk Advisory Board. Jim works closely with processors of dairy products to help refine CMAB's marketing, education, and communication programs, as well as develop processor participation. He previously has held product management positions for national and regional wholesale operators and was part of the startup team for Superstore Industries owned by Rally's and Save Mart supermarkets. I love this stat. So Jim has developed over 2,000 private label and co-branded items in all grocery categories throughout his career. Jim, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so how will all this work? Let's take a quick look at the agenda and then we'll get into it. So each company is going to show you a 30-second video, and then there will be a 5-minute pitch, followed by 8 minutes of Q&A from our esteemed judges that you just met. So how are the judges going to evaluate who wins? The judging criteria, they're going to look at a few different factors. One, uniqueness. This is a product innovation competition, so we need something that's going to really break through and be different. Second, taste. It's food. Taste is king. It's got to taste great. So they're going to look at that as well. Then we're going to look at viability and scale up potential. So can this become a big success and really drive volume? This isn't just innovation theater. We want to drive volume, both of these products and also California dairy. And lastly, they're going to look at the founding team. Is this the team to take this product to where it needs to go? At the end, they're going to be asked to stack rank the companies in order of preference. We also have partnered with consumer research company PEEKABOO, which has facilitated a fan vote of over 500 consumers. These fans are going to see a 30-second commercial, just like you're about to see from each of these companies. And then they're asked which they would put in their shopping cart in order. So we'll have a fan vote as well as the judges, and that's how we'll come up with who will win the semifinal. So without further ado, let's get after it. Our first company pitching today is Wonder with Candace Wu and Jonathan Weinstein.
Hi, I'm Jonathan,
I'm Candace.
and we're the founders of Wonder, classic cheesecakes made for modern snacking. Let's talk about cake. We're the kind of people who love to eat cheesecake for breakfast. Growing up, we ate plenty of delicious cake. This is us stuffing our faces with cake. Of course, as we got older, we reluctantly stopped doing that. Eating cheesecake just didn't meet our health and fitness goals.
Tragically, healthy cheesecakes simply don't exist. Right now, if you want to buy cheesecake, you have to go to the bakery section, the frozen aisle, or the Cheesecake Factory itself. The cheesecakes you'll find here have hundreds of grams of added sugar, literally thousands of calories, are loaded with questionable ingredients, and have no built-in portion control.
So we decided to make a cheesecake we could actually feel good about eating every day. Say hello to Wonder Cheesecake Snack Bars. After months of development, we've created a unique formula that's keto approved, 3 grams of net carbs, 7 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and made with real ingredients. Our cheesecakes have a minimal effect on blood glucose levels, are designed for convenient snacking, and most importantly, they taste absolutely delicious. You pop them out of the freezer and eat them with your hands just like a protein bar or ice cream sandwich.
Our vision is to take on major incumbent brands like Cheesecake Factory and Edwards by rethinking classic decadent desserts and making them the way consumers want it, as a healthy snack. Our nutritional label speaks for itself: low carb, high protein, real ingredients, and a form factor specifically designed for snacking.
And we're doing this by starting with keto. Candace and I both live the keto lifestyle, so we're very plugged into this space. Now, the most important thing to know about the keto community is that we're very active online. For example, the keto subreddit alone has 2.1 million members. This Facebook group for keto recipes has 2.4 million members. And just this one keto Instagram account has 1.4 million followers. We're part of these communities and we know how to sell into them with a direct-to-consumer model.
So, who are our customers? First, they are diabetics or pre-diabetics who need to manage their blood glucose levels with very few dessert options. Second, they are folks who are focused on weight loss, who want low sugar, high protein alternatives. Thirdly, they're people just like us, health and fitness oriented millennials looking for relatable lifestyle brands.
All right, now let's talk about go-to-market. One of the most exciting things about Wonder is our ability to sell direct to consumer. We're part of large, long-standing keto communities across the internet. We have a lot of experience running large-scale ad campaigns and know how to work with influencers in these communities to quickly bring our product to market. And we've got the data to show that this really does work. This is a screenshot taken directly from our Facebook ad account. In just the last few days, we started running ads and are already selling at a 7x return on ad spend. Plus, our click-through rates are at almost 8%, crushing the industry average of 1.4%. Most importantly, because we're DTC, we know exactly who these customers are and how to reach more of them by scaling up our campaigns.
While the numbers are early, our margin on a new customer order is already 30%. Plus, because we're selling a lifestyle product designed for everyday consumption, we believe we can convert customers into monthly subscribers. We expect a high customer lifetime value to push our margins even higher. Next, let's talk production. Our co-packer is a San Francisco-based bakery specializing in wholesale dairy desserts. The bakery has multiple facilities operating 24/7, and luckily they're just 20 minutes away from us, allowing us to spend time on site optimizing production.
Finally, we have a clear growth plan for the next 12 months. We'll wrap up this quarter by launching and advertising across multiple platforms. By the end of Q1, we expect to see $300K in ARR. We believe we can grow that to $1 million in ARR by Q2 just by running our DTC playbook. From there, we'll be in a strong position to efficiently achieve retail distribution in our most popular geographies. So why us? We're a pair of experienced founders with expertise in health, fitness, and nutrition. I previously co-founded and served as COO of Stitch Health, a health tech company that raised $4 million in funding from top-tier investors like Benchmark and Y Combinator.
And I previously worked at Weight Watchers as a product manager, focusing on launching experiences to help 4.5 million members on their weight loss journey. I also helped brand Meal Squares, a D2C meal replacement bar that has sold over 400,000 units.
We're deeply familiar with branding and messaging around dieting and health, and have an exceptional edge in product development and marketing for health-oriented products like Wonder.
Thank you, Venture Fuel and CMAB, for this opportunity. We're really excited to share the delight of cheesecake snack bars with people that love cake just as much as we do.
All right, that is Wonder. So let's bring in the founders, Candace Wu and Jonathan Weinstein. And judges, let's let the questions begin. Roger, we're going to start with you.
So question, it seems that you guys are very prepared on the preparation behind the product and development and a big push in social media. What's the plan as it pertains to in-store once you're on shelf to actually grow the brand besides just the social media push?
Yeah, super good question. Like you said, we're really strong starting out on social media. And I think that this can take us really far to the point where we know where our customers are coming from, exactly where they are and what they like. And our plan is to use that kind of leverage to put us in a strong position to have conversations with retailers. Once we're on the shelf, the way it works is actually going to be pretty straightforward for us. We're going to be right next to the frozen cheesecakes. And so we think that this is going to be a no-brainer. Literally right here, this is what you would see on the shelves right now. Gigantic 5,000 calorie cheesecake, and this is what people actually want. This is a healthy snackable cheesecake, and so we're going to be the only healthy snackable cheesecake option that is sitting next to the Cheesecake Factory, that's sitting next to Edwards. And so we think it's really going to be a no-brainer for somebody who's going in there and is looking for a healthy snackable option.
Love it. Stephen, we're going to go to you. That was a good use of product placement, by the way.
Thanks.
Stephen, I think you're on mute, actually.
Schoolboy error, sorry. Candace and Jonathan, thanks. I really enjoyed the presentation. I know it's quick, so I'll just throw this out there. I probably have 100 questions for you, but the main one that stuck out in my mind was I looked at your ingredients and I looked at how you scale this. Right now, there's a big positioning around handmade. And I'm looking at this as you grow it into a larger size. Can you maintain that handmade type of capacity? Will you be able to keep that type of messaging? And I guess related to that is, as you scale this up, if you look at some of the ingredients you use, erythritol, allulose, have you looked at shelf life, and are you going to be able to have an extended shelf life of that product as you reach larger capacity?
Mm-hmm. So part one of that question, handmade. So we're specifically going with handmade right now because I think it pairs really nicely with DTC. It's kind of what people are looking for in that online purchasing experience right now, and it makes us feel very accessible and relatable as a lifestyle brand. I think as we grow, that's not something that we're necessarily going to need in the future. And so speaking realistically, I think that that's something that we can definitely imagine ourselves growing out of. And ultimately what's going to carry us is that we are the only snackable healthy cheesecake. Part two of the question, erythritol and allulose, the easiest way to benchmark that is to take a look at what the frozen ice cream brands are doing. Ones like Enlightened and Halo Top, for example, they're already using erythritol and they're starting to use allulose as well. I think we're a little bit ahead of the curve there. And so that's the best way to benchmark what the shelf life would be like.
Great. Shauna.
Yeah, guys, great product, really nice texture, great flavor. I'm intrigued by this D2C model, at least to kind of build the brand. How do you intend to deal with the last mile, given the kind of perishability of the products? How do you overcome specifically the costs of the last mile, given that perishability?
Yeah, Shauna, that's a fantastic question. For all frozen food brands, it is the hardest thing in the D2C space, shipping frozen goods. So our plan right now is to work closely with our co-packer and do it in-house. And then we're currently in conversations with other drop shipping and fulfillment centers who specialize in frozen goods. And we had got really good mentoring from Jarrett, who previously ran Cool House. And thank you, CMAB, for hooking us up with him. And we believe that working with these fulfillment centers would really help us close the gap with that last mile.
Awesome. Jim.
Yes, Candace and Jonathan, is this the package variety that you would be launching with, or do you, and then what would be the price points that you would be going up against those higher calorie items in your competitive set?
Yes. So the packaging that you currently have, that's mock packaging. And so we've got the updated one that you saw in the video. And what we're selling right now is our $24 8-pack. So just last week is when we started running ads, and we're already seeing $1,000 a day in sales, which is really, really solid. And we've already sold over 900 of our cheesecake bars with a 7x return on ad spent. So we already know that our price point, it works. The other great thing about selling into the keto community is that they're already conditioned to high price points. The keto diet is one where you're eating relatively expensive things like avocados and MCT oil. So it's a really, really nice beachhead market for us. So we're really confident on price point based on the results, the strong results we're already seeing.
Thank you.
Great. Candace, Jonathan, we really appreciate it. We're now going to turn our attention over to the next contestant, the good stuff, with founders Hannah Lee and Zane Starkwolf.
Through millions of years of evolution, nature has given us the key for our nourishment and health: real milk. We preserve the intrinsic benefits of natural milk fat globules, creating a functional ice cream that restores and replenishes, enhanced with ingredients that support muscle and brain health. The good stuff, the evolution of ice cream. Real California milk, real California innovation, real functional ice cream.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Hannah Lee, and I'm a food scientist at UC Davis and co-founder of Optimized Foods, and we are launching an amazing new product, the good stuff. We've created the next generation functional snack that maximizes the natural benefit of milk to enhance your performance, boost your energy, and support your health. We've all heard about the rise in non-dairy alternatives, but there's an even larger threat on the horizon. In the last few years, a handful of startups in Northern California have invested over $2 billion dedicated to innovation for dairy alternatives to further disrupt this industry. Impossible Foods, investing $1.5 billion to replace milk, and their goal is to have the same taste and mouthfeel. Perfect Day Foods are producing animal-free milk proteins and are claiming to have the same health benefits. But they're all missing one important piece of the puzzle. We've developed the solution with innovation from right here in Northern California and ingredients that can only be made using real dairy milk. Through millions of years of evolution, nature has created the best food to deliver essential nutrients during the first few months of human life. And now in recent years, researchers have found that specific components of milk can also benefit adults, enhancing cognition, physical performance, and muscle function. The key component here is the milk fat globule, or MFG. It is a triple layer structure that is packed with hundreds of bioactive proteins and lipids that will help your digestive system to optimize the absorption of nutrients. We developed a proprietary technology-based formulation that encapsulates our selected nutrient blends inside the MFG and delivers to the human body, enhancing their health benefits. Our MFG-enriched cream delivers key ingredients including DHA to support brain health and other ingredients that boost your energy and performance. The good stuff is the evolution of ice cream. It's a premium functional snack. It comes in 4-ounce convenient containers and provides high-quality nutrition. There have been trends in recent years to create better-for-you ice creams with brands like Hello Top, Skinny Cow, and the like. But these ice creams simply act as alternatives, lesser substitutes, splitting each other's market share. They claim to be better for you, but they are not good for you. The good stuff is changing when and why people eat ice cream. Before a hike, after a yoga class, and why not for breakfast? We're expanding the market with an entirely new category of functional ice creams, where health is the focus. Our target market is women and men 25 to 55 plus, professionals who are health conscious and understand the importance of functional nutrition. Other products that have created new dairy categories, like Fairlife or Hello Top, have seen explosive growth recently. We are combining the ice cream market and the functional food market, which is an even bigger opportunity. With our positioning as a unique functional snack, we have the opportunity to target multiple distribution channels, including direct-to-consumer, standard retail channels, and bulk sales to health institutions. We are building a foundation for future growth. We have a breakthrough technology platform. We're delivering on the consumer need for functional foods and maximizing the unique nutritional benefits of milk. We are also leveraging real ingredients and resources from right here in our backyard. This actually is ice cream made right here in California with milk from local dairies, manufactured at a local creamery, and innovation from Davis, California. The good stuff: real California milk, real California innovation, real functional ice cream. Thank you. We look forward to telling you more during our Q&A.
The good stuff. Let's bring in Hannah and Zane, the two founders. Hannah and Zane, welcome. And we're going to start you off. You've got a chocolate dairy product. I'm going to start you off with Stephen from Hershey's. That's the way to go, right into the mix. Stephen.
Hi, Hannah and Zane. Thanks so much for the presentation. Really enjoyed it. When I got your packaging, I was really interested to see the claims on it. There's a lot of functional claims on it. So the first thing that jumped to my mind was, have you done any clinical work to validate your claims, or are you relying on published literature on the ingredients?
Go ahead, Hannah.
So probably I can jump in. So personally, my entire PhD thesis was about the benefits of milk fat. So it's relatively a real recent field, but people now are really focusing on the benefits of milk fat globule, which is not really well known, probably before 10 years ago. So you can think of it as a whey protein that was recovered from the waste stream in the dairy processing. And now they're considered as a high value product. So, which is the same concept for the milk fat globule, which was not regarded as a beneficial, not necessarily regarded as a beneficial compound, but now researchers have found a lot of benefits of it. So we're trying to utilize the benefit that has been less known so far in the field.
And if I could quickly add on to that as well, yeah, there's been lots of clinical studies on milk fat globules coming out of Japan. There's been studies run at UC Davis in adult populations, clinical studies on showing functional benefit. Also, again, we're using the milk fat globule to encapsulate and deliver DHA, a pomegranate extract, and epicatechin. Epicatechin from chocolate, as you may know, increases muscle mass. It's been shown in clinical trials in Duchenne's muscular dystrophy children to increase their muscle mass. So this is a natural product found in cocoa, but has been studied in clinical trials. Same with the ingredient that's found in the pomegranate extract as well. So lots of clinical studies. We do need to navigate, what we can claim on an ice cream. This is a, consumer packaged good product. So we're very carefully mitigating our claims, but there's a lot of science and a lot of great clinical studies to back those up.
Awesome. Shauna, let's turn it over to you.
Guys, I mean this in the best possible way. When I tried it, it reminded me of a Wendy's Frosty, which I absolutely love, and the flavor, the taste was delicious. But one thing I was curious about on the list of ingredients is you've included syrup, and I wonder if there are other alternatives that you've played with, or potential ways to get around the corn syrup ingredient.
Absolutely. So, we're very much into creating refining our formulation. In fact, we've already done so. Our next formulation of this was to get a product out, and we're very grateful for the participation in the Snackcelerator. This was the ice cream base provided by Crystal Creamery. We've since already modified that. We have a modified low sugar, not a ketogenic, but a low sugar formulation that we think will basically address those concerns, removes the corn syrup, but still has the form and function, which is really critical. As you know, when you're removing the sugar, how do you maintain the functionality of the ice cream? And that pairs well again with our ingredient. So, and maybe I can clarify, our ingredient that we're adding in is 10% of the formulation. So the milk fat globules we're adding in, the MFG is 10%. So really we can add to any ice cream base. So we're adding our ice cream. It doesn't change the form or function of any ice cream. So you take your favorite ice cream out there, you add 10% of our ingredient. It could be a ketogenic, it could be Hershey's ice cream, for example, and we can add our ingredient into that. So that's really the key.
Thanks.
That's great. Jim, let's turn it over to you.
Sure. So from a marketing perspective, is the 4-ounce, the 4-ounce packages in the carton, is that designed for trying to create a portion control, or is it, because I do see a lot of the 4 ounces out there are more of a trial size or something that you get on the airplane or that kind of thing. So I was just curious if that was a portion control thing, a quick snack, you just grab it and go, or are there plans to have a pint size or something down the road?
So this was designed specifically to give you the right amount of nutrients for a functional snack. So the amount of the DHA, the amount of the mitochondrial, basically energy optimizing ingredients, that's the dose that you would take to, right before your workout or right after your hike that would optimize that performance. So it is based on that kind of snacking focus and intent, and giving you the quantity of the milk fat globule, the MFG, and the ingredients that you need. Certainly it could be expanded, and as we think of expanding again, because this is an ingredient, there's lots of expansion opportunities that we can think of beyond ice cream as well. That's really the key innovation that we hear is this ingredient, how we manufacture it, how we keep the costs down in the manufacturing. We have a very affordable and scalable manufacturing process, and so it could be expanded to lots of other products, and bulk, as you say, could be bulk products as well. But it's currently dosed for that 4-ounce snacking container.
Great, thanks.
Great. Roger, we'll finish it up with you.
Great. So congratulations. It's a great product, super creamy. And 2 quick questions. What's the SRP that you're picturing? And then the other thing is are you using organic milk? Because for something this premium, why not just finish it off and make it organic? And it's going to be a specific, very niche customer is going to look for it anyway. So they might be looking for that type of milk base.
Absolutely. So again, we were using the Strauss Family Farms, which is an organic creamery, for the milk fat globules. That's where we sourced our milk fat globules from, and then did the encapsulation. I think that's a great point, that we could move to a completely organic, and I think the consumers would greatly would appreciate that. The price point that we're looking at is really, as you think of our ingredient and the cost associated with our ingredient, it's about 20 cents for a 4-ounce package, and that's driving about a $3 to $7 increase in sales price per packaging. So our packaging, we're anticipating around $12 for a box. So if you look at the premium above, let's say a Jenny's pint of ice cream, 4 ounces, 4 times 4, a pint of ice cream, we're getting anywhere from $3 to $5 over a premium. Now that also includes the premium because we're going for ultra premium packaging. We want the consumer to recognize the value and capture that value. So there is about a 20, 25 cents increase for the premium packaging. But again, that's giving us about a 70 or 80% margin just on that increase in the product that we're the ingredient that we're adding in.
Excellent. Well, Zane, Hannah, thank you so much. That was great. We're now going to move over to our third contestant, which is Lucha Leche with Robert Zutel.
Juan.
And I'm Robert Zutel.
We're the founders of Lucha Leche. First off, we want to thank Venture Fuel and the California Milk Board for this incredible opportunity. The journey here has been amazing. And as Robert can attest to, a little more than 3 weeks ago, all we had was an idea. And we quickly went to work and have a truly disruptive brand and product line.
Introducing Lucha Leche More Sabor. We bring the fight for good health by building a better beverage company for Hispanics. Unmask the bold, brave, authentic Hispanic flavor. All the essentials you'll need to channel your inner lucha.
We start with organic 2% ultra-filtered real California milk. To that, we add live active cultures and sweeten it with a proprietary, no-calorie sweetener blend made up of allulose, monk fruit, and natural flavors. We add real fruit, fiber, and organic real California whey protein.
Introducing Mangon, a sweet heat. Popular flavor of sweet tropical mango and spicy chamoy with hints of apricot. Chata Latte, a combination of horchata and coffee, all the rage with Latino millennials. Rindo Lindo is a tart and sweet tamarind flavor with hints of cinnamon. And No Mames is ripe strawberry paired with an exotic mame fruit. A 10-ounce beverage with a suggested retail price of $2.99, making it a nutritious, snackable meal replacement for all.
Now here you can really see how revolutionary Lucha Leche is when compared to competitive Hispanic yogurt beverages, which are loaded with sugar, high in carbs, and lower in protein. Now we're all looking for better for you products, including Latinos. But Latinos are genetically predisposed to diabetes. 1 in 3 of us will suffer from diabetes. Latinos also rank second highest in obesity. Now, Latinos make up almost 40% of the California population. In addition, Hispanic millennials are driving significant growth in organic food and beverages. Latinos are super consumers, spending $1.5 trillion a year. Latinos are dairy lovers, spending a whopping $6 billion a year, or 12% of the entire U.S. dairy sector. Latinos are multicultural. Almost 40% marry outside their race. We're big shoppers, ranking highest in grocery spend. We're flavor explorers, and Hispanics are 22% more likely to purchase groceries that identify as authentic.
Hispanic millennials and Gen Z are our target market, but not our only market. We do attract the blue-collar laborer, the multiculti, the flavor explorer, the health seeker, the athletic achiever, the ethnic explorer, and the all-familiar white-tino like me, who was adopted into a Latino familia by marriage. Currently, the beverage sector is in a market blur. We have the emergence of the hybrid beverage, captivating several benefits within one beverage. Lucha Leche brand pillars stands on 5 megatrends: Hispanic, organic, probiotic, high in protein, and no added sugar. With an omni-channel regional launch strategy targeting C-stores, independent, and Hispanic grocery chains, many of these have been approached with warm regards. An omni-channel marketing strategy of social, mobile, and on-premise. Irreverent communications that touch on cultural cues and language nuances, using Spanish, English, and Spanglish as the connection. Hispanic millennials are bilingual and want to be marketed to as such. Our luchador is the champion for good health. And he will be the star of viral media campaigns and on-premise experiential opportunities. We have positive social media messaging with Latinx social media influencers and local sports heroes. We will also utilize the infamous swag toss. I have found if you give away California, you can sell the world. We will be donating a portion of proceeds to Latino Diabetes Association, developing goodwill and community PR. I am a disruptive brand builder with experiences in creating pull brands that draw on consumers and creating early adopters. My wife is a mad food scientist, a second-generation Latina, and an expert in Latino foods. Together, we have assembled a network of mentors, colleagues, vendors, and manufacturers to launch our brand. Thank you, and channel your inner lucha.
Robert, thank you so much. So let's bring you in here to talk to the judges. Thank you for your pitch. Shauna, let's begin with you.
Guys, I love the branding, and I really like that special little kick. It gave it a kind of go back for more quality. I'm curious about the distribution channels and what you think about a convenience store channel is a sort of good product distribution strategy here.
It is key for brand recognition, especially for targeting Latinos. It's also key for a lot of the marketing and on-premise event marketing that Robert has planned. My background has led to a lot of C-store connections at all these stores. 7-Eleven, I have been a consultant there for many years. They've showed great interest, although you can't count on that necessarily. You have to include regional and also independents. The sell-through is quite different in all those categories. And one of the reasons we chose an omni-channel is to test the different price points and also confirm the sell-through.
But we are a true startup. 4 weeks ago, we had an idea and a trademark that was not even completely registered yet. And in the 4 weeks, we've managed to get packaging, a commercial, produce a pitch video, and we're super proud of that. And I think the choice to do C stores, particularly 7-Eleven, 58% of their customer base is Hispanic. They choose to offer them services, and we have connections both on the retail side and also at the corporate side. So we have a green light from corporate, and we have some connections in the franchisee world.
Awesome. Jim.
Yes, what would be the shelf life? And then are there any plans for some more mainstream flavors, maybe to attract more mainstream consumers as well? Because if you're going for the 40%, well, you might be able to get the other 60% with some other mainstream flavors.
Absolutely. And that is part of the pipeline where you have pineapple, and things like that. But we didn't want to start out with that because being from the yogurt industry it started over 20 years ago in the yogurt industry, it still hasn't moved far beyond strawberry and peach.
Banana.
And so this is really trying to be a more masculine approach. So think when the energy drink started and how disruptive Red Bull, Monster, and Rockstar were. And so it didn't start with trying to be within the box.
They were 300% more retail price than sodas. And that was the category they were going for, sort of. Functional beverages were just starting. So we're trying to hit the mark with organic, a higher price point, and bold flavors.
And being authentic to those flavors, like for instance, chata latte. So often when people try to do cinnamon, the cinnamon comes off as peppery and hot.
Like
versus
red hot candy.
Red hot candy versus when you use real Mexican cinnamon, it's warm. So really those nuances in the ingredients is super important. And that is a point of difference. And we went so far as all the fruit packs and the seasoning blends and the dry ingredients are being manufactured for us to our formula in order to avoid all those sugars that inherently come in a lot of the fruit packs.
That's great. Roger, we're going to turn to you for one last question.
Great. So Jim kind of stole my question, so I'm going to try to kind of salvage it here. First of all, great product in general. I mean, not Hispanic or it's great product, super rich, super thick. What's the story behind the lucha concept? Because in my opinion, to Jim's point, it's a great product. Like overall, it doesn't have to be put in any little box. you limit it, it's gonna be tough for someone like me to sell it. So we, fortunately we sell storylines. So if we're able to kind of, tie something back to the lucha story, then maybe we could do something with it. But it's very specific.
Well, I think we're targeting a specific sector, a young male. We're aggressive in our packaging. We stand out on the shelf, and we're trying to bring them a better for you product. What is offered right now is full of sugar and is not high in protein and has a lot of fillers. Our label's very clean.
But also, when you look at the branding, it's as recognizable as Bimbo is. And so I think it's important to have that irreverence. And so lucha leche is a lot more than just a luchador. So the lucha signifies a lot in the Mexican culture. It means rising up and overcoming obstacles. And so when you say that word, when my mom hears that word, for instance, she goes back to when she used to protest and go, and doing things like that. It brings tears to her eyes. So I think from that perspective, the Latino looks at lucha a little different. And I think having the balance of cool and kitsch is fine. It's a fine line. But at the same point, it gives you so much story because this luchador is going to do things that are out of the box. He's not going to lucha necessarily. He's going to do yoga. He's going to skateboard. He's going to do parkour.
Stand up paddleboard, mountain biking.
So it's resonating to everyone. However, lucha libre or that and what was the movie with Jack Black?
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre. That resonated, and of course, that's geared at kids. That doesn't go away. A luchador has an iconic cultural significance outside of Latinos, and I see it with friends of family, and it just means something. And so I think, it's the storyline, it's the character, it's developing this luchador and the lifestyle.
He fights for good health. Sorry, we're going to have to go to one more question here. Steven, sorry to cut you off there, Robert. Steven, I would never cut you off. You've got the last question.
All right. Well, I love it. I love the lucha. I love the commercial. It's hilarious seeing the guy with the briefcase and the mask on. I love it. But real quick, because I think you've answered a lot of the great questions. I just think when I look at your positioning for that, your 7-Eleven food deserts, offering a really healthy alternative, something that's better for that group. I think it's great. So when I looked at your label, I didn't understand, why do you not list the percent daily value for your protein? That the minute I see that on a bottle and I see that it says 20 grams, and 20 grams should be, if you're using milk ingredients, it should be 40% of your daily value. You don't have anything. And for me, that's a red flag, because that to me says, oh, they're adding in some junk protein that doesn't have a complete protein profile. So why did you not include the daily value for protein on the bottle?
That should have been included. And however, the other thing that was key in this formulation is starting with ultra filtered as part of the process. So what we did is try to get as much of the nutrition out of the raw material rather than loading it with protein, which gets you out of the pricing model. And then you're dealing with that grittiness and what have you.
And if you noticed, I mean, the UPC code is incorrect. It's not ready to go to market. It's a mock-up. And there is room for improvement. So that was a great suggestion. And we'll take those suggestions and tweak it a little bit.
It still has to go through regulatory, which is...
And organic.
Cool. Thank you. That was great. Thank you both. And now we're going to move to our last contestant of tonight's semifinal number 2. This is PEEKABOO Ice Cream with founder Jessica Levison.
Here comes the next flavor. Tell me all the different things you might taste in.
I think I taste strawberry in there. It's really good. Creaminess, it's just insane.
What do you think about the spinach in this one?
There's spinach in this.
How do you like the beets in it?
There's beets in ice cream. There's zucchini in there. There's not literally a vegetable taste in here. There's just like an ice cream taste. I don't like spinach, but I love this. Peekaboo.
I'd like to first begin by thanking the CMAB for this incredible opportunity and the judges for their time and consideration. To quote the esteemed Donna Barry, dairy cows are mamas. Their milk and the dairy foods that come from their milk are comforting. Not much beats a pint of your favorite dairy ice cream, and this holds especially true during these challenging times as we've seen increased demand for dairy ice cream. And we have an exciting solution to inspire even more dairy consumption. We have a product that is both snackable, innovative, nutritious, sustainable, and of course, made from real California milk. Introducing PEEKABOO, the only super premium organic ice cream enriched with hidden veggies. Wait, veggies? That's right. I'm a mama too, and my kids are really unique in that they hate eating their veggies. I know, super rare. I'm pretty sure that any parent watching has their kids scarfing down broccoli and beets. Good on you. Just kidding. 2020 has seen the world turned upside down. But the one thing that we can always count on is that most kids hate veggies. My name is Jessica Levison, founder and CEO of PEEKABOO Ice Cream. I've been making ice cream for my ice cream shop for the last 12 years, so I would expect my kids to consume an inordinate amounts of ice cream. But I was unprepared for their aversion to anything green. In a desperate attempt to get my own kids to eat veggies, I wondered, could I create ice cream that was simultaneously decadent and indulgent, but also moved us closer to nutritional balance? Wouldn't that be a game changer? Did you know that my family's not alone? Only 1 in 10 Americans eats enough veggies to meet federal guidelines for veggie consumption. And the average American eats 23 pounds of ice cream every year. That's 44 pints. PEEKABOO ice cream is the only ice cream with a serving of hidden veggies. It bridges the gap between what we don't eat enough of, which is veggies, and what we can't get enough of, which is ice cream. And we're launching with 4 snack-size minis, perfect to capture a share of the $89 billion snacking industry and generate high growth for the ice cream category. Our first 4 flavors of snack-size minis are unicorn with hidden zucchini, chocolate with hidden cauliflower, cotton candy with hidden beets, and vanilla with hidden zucchini. As consumers seek out better-for-you indulgences, PEEKABOO fills a white space. Ice cream is a $13.5 billion category, and 40% of its growth is driven by nutritional claims. More specifically, consumers want nutrition derived from veggies. According to IRI, 53% of consumers want a serving of fruits or veggies in their snack. And our nutritional panel speaks for itself. PEEKABOO is higher in vitamins and minerals and lower in sugar than all of our competitors. And the best part is that PEEKABOO tastes really amazing. Seriously, we have over 400 consumer reviews, averaging 4.7 out of 5. We've been featured in Forbes, Goop, The Today Show, The Wall Street Journal, and many other publications. And retailers notice the value of our innovation too. Since our launch last year, our pints landed distribution in over 1,500 retailers. And with our new snack size, the opportunity is even bigger. PEEKABOO is celebrating veggies by making them part of a fun conversation, reintroducing them to kids in a most imaginative way, and thereby getting them to eat more veggies one snack at a time. Our belief that PEEKABOO can help make the world a better place goes beyond putting veggies in our recipes. We are certified organic and a certified B Corp too, meaning we balance profits and purpose. And here's how we can help the California dairy industry. We've already been approved for secondary display freezer at retail, and we have a lot of growth in the pipeline, which we would expect to create a demand of at least 5,000 gallons of California dairy per month. We're expecting that with this opportunity that we're waiting to finalize with our partner in Japan for distribution to up to 25,000 locations of 7-Elevens. And we've also gotten approval for food service to private schools. And we have the team to get that done too. This is me, and this is our team. Most importantly, we've aligned with a West Coast co-packer that has the ability to manufacture up to 40,000 cases per month, with an MOQ of only 2,000 cases. PEEKABOO is building the future of better-for-you ice cream, and I know at least one person got that memo. The other day, my 6-year-old son, Leo, walked up to me all excited and said, "Mommy, I know how to make ice cream." And I said, "Tell me how." And he said, "You start with veggies." And to that, I would add real California milk. Thank you again to all those involved in making this possible.
PEEKABOO ice cream. All right, Jessica, thanks so much. Please join us here. And Jim, we're gonna start it off with you on the questions.
Sure. So yeah, I tried the product and I was really, really surprised that the vegetables were really masked very well. Good flavor on all of them. So the question is on the getting down to the kind of the ice cream portion of it and the quality there. So what's the butter fat that you're using and the overrun?
It's super premium. So we use 14% butter fat and it's about 30% overrun. So comparable to a Haagen-Dazs, super premium.
Okay.
Great. And Roger? I think you're on mute, Roger.
Second. Yeah. What is the retail pack now? Is it the single serve that we're seeing or the pint still?
So in distribution
And
currently,
what's the SRP?
Currently in distribution in the US, we have 14-ounce pints, and the suggested retail price is anywhere between $5.99 to $6.49.
Perfect, thank you.
Steven, we'll turn over to you.
Hi, thanks, Jessica. Enjoyed the presentation, enjoyed the product. I guess I'm just running through my notes now. I partly got stolen away from me in one of the earlier questions. So I guess the one that was pertinent to me was looking at your manufacturer. Are you using raw veg or cooked? And if it's the latter, have you done a nutrition assessment, or are you going off like USDA guidelines to determine your nutrition levels?
We've done different lab tests, so the actual preparing the veggies is trade secret, but it maintains its nutritional components. And we've done independent lab studies, and obviously we also, balance that with the the computer program, and also spec analysis from our vendors.
Okay, great, thanks. I just know that we talked with groups before where they've got a frozen product and they start with raw vegetables, and man, the regulatory people get all in a bunch over that one. So.
Raw, it's definitely processed in a way that there's no risk in terms of raw vegetables. And the other challenge, obviously, with raw vegetables is they contain a high water content, so that has to be addressed also. So they start raw, they do not end raw.
Awesome. And Shauna, we'll end with you on the questions.
Hi, Jessica. Really great tasting product. I was surprised when I opened each one of them and was equally as thrilled. So really nice job there. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your marketing strategy and how you intend to build product awareness.
That's a great question. And it's tough because we're facing this now during COVID. So what we found pre-COVID is that driving trial using in-store sampling events was extremely successful, as were, events out of store. We've adapted very well in terms of investing more into digital marketing efforts, retailer-focused digital marketing efforts, like I bought a Instacart to sort of prepare consumers before they go in store. And then on the other side of that is just generating a lot of awareness with parents of young kids and through schools and local sort of grassroots efforts to sort of create a lot of word of mouth advertising. Because also with COVID, obviously, social media advertising has become also expensive. So we've been learning and adapting. In normal times, it was all about influencers, events, in-store demos, PR, and that kind of stuff. Now it's in flux.
Great.
Awesome. Well, Jessica, we really appreciate it. And so now our judges are going to go and submit their votes based on uniqueness, taste, viability, and the founder team. But want to know if you all that are watching, do you have a favorite company of any of the ones that presented? Just put it on social media. Just put hashtag Snackcelerator. and just write in the company that you're most excited about. We'll make sure we share it and amplify it. So we're going to take a brief 5-minute break here while the judges get their votes in. And in that time frame, what we'd like to do is share with you some amazing videos from California Dairy. I think you'll really enjoy the stories, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with the winner.
When I grow up, I want to be a dairy farmer because my dad's it.
We all do a part of the chores on the farm.
I help my dad. We go all over the farm and look after these cows. I'm really good at feeding baby calves. Like, I feed them the hay, I feed them their special grains, and I feed them their bottles.
I would say the most fun thing to do on the farm is riding on the tractor with my dad or riding my bike around the dairy. I like to just enjoy it.
My favorite thing is riding the tractor. And sometimes I honk the horn. Honk.
My dad and my papa taught me everything about taking care of animals.
Me and my dad were kind of helping each other. You work on a farm and you help the cows because it's fun.
I think it's great that the milk we provide goes out to help people.
Cows take care of us and we take care of the cows.
When my feet hit the floor in the morning, everybody needs something from me. 3 businesses, 12 barns, 22 employees, 2,100 milking cows, 3 kids. It's chaos. I mean, every day is chaos. I make sure that I wake up before anybody else does so that I can get a chance to get 45 minutes or an hour of a workout in. The best part of being in California is the weather. Running to me it's like a reset button. I get to really think about everything I have to do in a day. I think the most rewarding part of running a family business is just getting to say that I'm 4th generation. This is so much bigger than me.
We all have crazy, hectic weeks, so Sundays is a chance where we can come together as a family. My mom cooks everything.
I was raised on a dairy. I've been cooking my whole life. I was a young girl cooking next to my mom. I love to cook for people.
My grandfather moved his entire family from the Azores to California in 1958. So tonight we are focusing strictly on Portuguese food. We are gonna have an alcatra, which is a beef dish. We're also gonna be having a fish dish, which is bacalhau. And then we're gonna top it off with our dessert, papaj, the hush or rice pudding. It's a traditional Portuguese dessert. The dish is full of love, butter, and probably a few calories.
Let's eat.
Yes. The most surprising thing about a California dairy is that we're family run. It's a lifestyle.
You've outdone yourself again.
You want any more?
Yes, please.
I feel like every day I hit the lottery. We are tasked with feeding the entire world, and we take it very seriously, and we've gotten very good at it. Dairy farmers, we're really the original environmentalists, taking care of the land, taking care of the soil, taking care of our cows. It makes you appreciate hard work. It makes you appreciate community. We do our best to nurture that relationship. Every Thursday, every week, anyone's welcome to come have coffee for an hour and hang out.
We built this house, we tried to make it a real welcoming place for the neighbors.
Nothing's off limits, anything can be talked about. Everyone kind of looks to help each other out. We're all in it together. When you grow up on a farm, you understand the necessities of life. We don't inherit the land from our parents, we borrow it from our grandkids. I enjoy feeding people. Everyone likes to eat, man. Everyone likes sitting around and breaking bread with one another. I like having people around. I like being around friends, and they'll stay around a long time if you keep feeding them. They'll stay around a long time. This party will be a whole bunch of dairymen. We'll be eating carne asada and some tacos. You know, you got fresh cream, cheese on top. They say dairying's a lifestyle. It's nice that we all have something in common. We all like cows. We all like providing food for the world and getting together and having a good time.
My name is Bryce, and I live on a California dairy. I like raising the animals the best. We have to feed them milk, grain, and hay for them to be really healthy. Taking care of animals is really fun, and I think it's great that the milk we provide goes out to help people.
Some of the things that Livia loves most about living out on the dairy is that she can run around, ride her bike everywhere. She can help feed calves. I think giving her responsibility and a chore is just going to be a benefit or a quality that she's going to possess later. I love the cows. I've always been around the dairy, and so I think it's really special that she is taken to the cows just as I did. I think she enjoys being a dairy girl.
When Tony told me that he wanted to get into the dairy business, the family was a little skeptical. They had been seeing Tony in suits all the time and never seen him with manure on him.
My wife's whole family was in the dairy industry. Never actually was on a dairy until I was in college. And in college, I thought I was going to be a CPA.
He was frustrated, but he learned how to be a dairyman very quickly.
The great thing about what I do is my family's there all the time.
He sees things that most dairymen don't really notice because Tony had to learn it from scratch.
This ground will take care of the feed for our animals, so we'll probably use a little bit of lagoon water. What that does, it takes the nutrients from the cows and provides the nutrients that this corn needs. This is what's going to sustain these cows, make sure that they provide food and the milk that we provide to feed the world.
When I grow up, I want to be a dairy farmer because my dad's it.
We all do a part of the chores on the farm.
I help my dad. We go all over the farm and look after these cows. I'm really good at feeding baby calves. Like, I feed them the hay, I feed them their special grains, and I feed them their bottles.
I would say the most fun thing to do on the farm is riding on the tractor with my dad or riding my bike around the dairy. I like to just enjoy it.
My favorite thing is riding the tractor. And sometimes I honk the horn. Honk.
My dad and my papa taught me everything about taking care of animals.
Me and my dad were kind of helping each other. You work on a farm and you help the cows because it's fun.
I think it's great that the milk we provide goes out to help people.
Cows take care of us and we take care of the cows.
floor in the morning, everybody needs something from me. 3 businesses, 12 barns, 22 employees, 2,100 milking cows, 3 kids. It's chaos. I mean, every day is chaos. I make sure that I wake up before anybody else does so that I can get a chance to get 45 minutes or an hour of a workout in. The best part of being in California is the weather. Running to me it's like a reset button. I get to really think about everything I have to do in a day. I think the most rewarding part of running a family business is just getting to say that I'm 4th generation. This is so much bigger than me.
We all have crazy, hectic weeks, so Sundays is a chance where we can come together as a family. My mom cooks everything.
I was raised on a dairy. I've been cooking my whole life. I was a young girl cooking next to my mom. I love to cook for people.
My grandfather moved his entire family from the Azores to California in 1958. So tonight we are focusing strictly on Portuguese food. We are gonna have an alcártara, which is a beef dish. We're also gonna be having a fish dish, which is bacalhau. And then we're gonna top it off with our dessert, papas de arroz, or rice pudding. It's a traditional Portuguese dessert. The dish is full of love, butter, and probably a few calories.
Let's eat.
Yes.
Are we gonna prepare?
The most surprising thing about a California dairy is that we're family run. It's a lifestyle.
You've outdone yourself again.
You want any more?
Yes, please.
I feel like every day I hit the lottery. We are tasked with feeding the entire world, and we take it very seriously, and we've gotten very good at it. Dairy farmers, we're really the original environmentalists, taking care of the land, taking care of the soil, taking care of our cows. It makes you appreciate hard work. It makes you appreciate community. We do our best to nurture that relationship. Every Thursday, every week, anyone's welcome to come have coffee for an hour and hang out.
We built this house. We tried to make it a real welcoming place for the neighbors.
Nothing's off limits, anything can be talked about. Everyone kind of looks to help each other out. We're all in it together. When you grow up on a farm, you understand the necessities of life. We don't inherit the land from our parents, we borrow it from our grandkids.
I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want to go over and have coffee with him tomorrow morning. That was awesome. So here we are. It is time to announce the winner of the semifinal. It was super tight. A lot of drama behind the scenes, which is always a good thing. But first, what I'd love to do, our friends at the consumer research company Perksy, a real disruptor in their own right, they showed all those commercials you all saw at the beginning to 500 different consumers, and then asked those consumers to rank them on who they would put in their shopping cart. And that's how we determine the fan vote. So what I'd love to do is share with you who won the fan vote before we get to the finals. So Wonder has actually won the fan vote. It was extremely close, by the way. And so this is who the consumers would have put in their shopping cart first. That vote is taken as if it is another judge and then combined with our expert judges. So let's now see who is going to advance to the finals. We've tabulated the winner. Moving on to the finals is PEEKABOO ice cream. Very exciting, very exciting. So Jessica, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was awesome. It was great job. Would love to hear from you. So what do you think, what was it about PEEKABOO and your pitch and process that you think put you in front of this competitive field?
First, I just want to say thank you to all the judges. Thank you to you, Venture Fuel and Shira, and everybody's been super awesome. I don't know, because the competition, are all products I would have loved to eat myself. So potentially they liked ice cream better. I don't know. I don't think there's any particular reason, but I'm super excited to continue to grow the company and hopefully generate, continue to move forward in the program, and ultimately continue to generate revenues for the California dairy industry.
We love it. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next Thursday in the finals. And thank you for all the delicious ice cream.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course. So let's go to one of our judges, Jim D. Materis. I shouldn't call you Jim D. That's too casual. Jim, what was it? I know you're very familiar with ice cream in your role at CMAB. What do you think it was about PEEKABOO and Jessica's pitch that helped her separate from the super competitive field?
Well, first, I'd like to, on behalf of CMAB, I'd like to thank all the semifinalists, and the products were all outstanding. It was very, like you said, very close, and it was a very fun event. And so I do thank everybody for participating. But as far as from a judge's perspective on PEEKABOO, I think the uniqueness of blending plant with dairy for super nutrition within the treat category, you really gave a strong, broad-based appeal to the product. And I think you said it earlier, that taste is king. And I think that, it surprised everybody. And nobody expected ice cream with cauliflower or beets in it to taste like real ice cream. So I think that, that was also a factor.
Yeah, and it's funny. I saw when you were one of the judges for this section. I mean, I remember you last year when we went on a dairy tour together. You told me, wait till you try ice cream right off the line. It'll change your world, and it did. And so I knew you were going to be a tough judge on the ice cream category. So if she can impress you, I knew that we'd be in good hands.
Thanks.
So, thank you, Jim. So to everybody, to all our judges, thank you so much for taking the time out. It's really cool to have all of the finalists get your expertise, your questions to help them grow. And to all the contestants, we're thrilled to have you this far, and we're going to continue our relationship and help you go to market. And we hope that everyone here will join us at the finals, which will be November 19th. And thank you to all of the California dairy community for letting us put this on. It's been a real thrill. So I hope everyone has a great night, and thank you again for tuning in. Take care.